Welcome back to AMTV News. I'm your anchor, Topher Morrison. It's Friday, November 30th, 2012. First up, Site 9/11. What is the U.S. building under Israel? It is 5 stories tall and under an Israeli Defense Force airbase near Tel Aviv. According to public documents, the cost at this point is $100 million, and only U.S. contractors with Israeli security clearance are eligible. The heavily guarded complex dubbed Site 9/11 will be 127,000 square feet, fitted with non-iodizing radiation protection and shock-resistant doors. The complex is replete with auditorium, classrooms, and storage. Rather than something new, this is actually the latest in a long history of multi-million-dollar military construction projects at the direction of Israel, developed through the U.S.'s Foreign Military Sales Program. This latest construction forbids Palestinians from working on the project, offers only a handful of Western nationals the opportunity to do so, and provides only one entry and exit terminal. No cameras, please.
Okay, welcome everybody. Now that you've seen the little clip I showed you before showing you this, just to give you more clarity, there's a pretty interesting piece of information that has been circling within the last couple days, and this is a U.S. overseeing mysterious construction project in Israel. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers plans to supervise construction of a 5-story underground facility for an Israel Defense Force complex, oddly named Site 9/11. It's kind of interesting why they would use that name, but an Israel Air Force base near Tel Aviv, expected to take more than 2 years to build at a cost of up to $100 million. The facility is to have classrooms on level 1, an auditorium on level 3, a laboratory, shock-resistant doors, protection from non-ionizing radiation, and very tight security. Clearances will be required for all construction workers. Guards will be at the fence, and barriers will separate it from the rest of the base. Only U.S. construction firms are being allowed to bid on the contract, and proposals are due December 3rd, which is tomorrow, according to the latest Corps of Engineers notice. Site 9/11 is the latest in a long history of military construction projects the United States has undertaken for the IDF, Israeli Defense Force, under the U.S. Foreign Military Sales Program. The 1998 Wye River Memorandum between Israel and the Palestinian Authority has led to about $500 million in U.S. construction military facilities for the Israelis, most of them initially in an undeveloped part of the Negev Desert. It was done to ensure there were bases to which IDF forces stationed in the West Bank could be redeployed. Okay, and then here's another, this is from Business Insider, Military and Defense. Why is the U.S. building a secret $100 million underground facility outside Tel Aviv? And here is a little site map of the whole thing. And it's pretty huge. Leave it to legendary Walter Pincus from the Washington Post to flesh out a request for a proposal construction project planned for Israel called Site 9/11. And it basically says the same thing. When complete, the well-guarded compound will have 5 levels buried underground and 6 additional outbuildings on the above grounds. Within the perimeter, at about 127,000 square feet, the first 3 floors will house classrooms, an auditorium, and a laboratory, all wedged behind shock-resistant doors, with radiation protection and massive security. Only one gate will allow workers entrance and exit during the project, and that will be guarded by only Israelis. So there's only going to be one entrance and one exit point. The bottom 2 floors are smaller according to the full line of schematics uploaded to the Army's Acquisition Business website, and you can click on the link here. It takes you out. Okay, well, I guess I can't, but kind of interesting. And possibly used for equipment and storage. As impressive as the American design features already are, Ada Karmi Melamed architects will decorate the entire site with rocks and chooses, but are paid for by the contractor and provide 3 outdoor picnic tables. Pincus also found this detailed description of the mezuzahs that will adorn every door in the facility. Quote, these mezuzahs, notes the U.S. Army Corps, shall be written in inerasable ink on uncoated leather parchment and be handwritten by a scribe, holding a written authorization according to Jewish law. The writing may be Ashkenazic or Sephardic, but not a mixture, and must be uniform. Ashkenazis and Sephardi race of Jews, basically. They're basically like the atheist types, or with my very limited research on that, I think that's basically what that is. Also, the mezuzah shall be proofread by a computer at an authorized institution for a mezuzah inspection, as well as manually proofread for the form of the letters by a proofreader authorized by the chief rabbinate. The mezuzah shall be supplied with an aluminum housing with holes so it can be connected to the door frame or opening. Finally, all mezuzahs for the facility shall be affixed by the basis rabbi or his appointed representative and not by the contractor staff. Along with this request is another called 9/11 Phase 2, also in the $100 million range. Pincus finds the complex facility with site development challenges requiring services that include electrical, communication, mechanical, HVAC, heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and plumbing requirements telling, and along with the fact that the contractor must possess a U.S. or Israeli secret security clearance. He believes this phase to be a secure command center. For what? Pulitzer Prize-winning Yale grad born in 1932 who's worked intelligence and media in D.C. since 1955 closes his piece with these shadowy words. The purpose, this is a quote, the purpose of Site 9/11 is unclear. So, now I want to take you to some scripture to close this out, and and then you can let me know what you guys think. I mean, I'm not saying this is direct fulfillments of these, but it is interesting, and it is interesting that this is taking place in Israel. Ezekiel 8:7-12, and he brought me to the door of the court, and when I looked, behold, a hole in the wall. Then said he unto me, Son of man, dig now in the wall. And when I had digged in the wall, behold, a door. And he said unto me, Go in and behold the wicked abominations that they do here. So I went in and saw, and behold, every form of creeping things, and abominable beasts, and all the idols of the house of Israel, portrayed upon the wall round about. And there stood before them 70 men of the ancients of the house of Israel, and in the midst of them stood Jazaniah the son of Shaphan, with every man his censer in his hand, and a thick cloud of incense went up. Then said he unto me, Son of man, hast thou seen what the ancients of the house of Israel do in the dark? This is basically a secret type project, basically. Every man in the chambers of his imagery, for they say, The Lord seeth us not, the Lord hath forsaken the earth. Now, it's also widely known that there is caves or underground caves for Masonic lodges in Israel, near Tel Aviv as well. So you got to bear that in mind too. Revelation 6:15-17 says, And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, Fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb, for the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? So, that's basically all I got on this matter. Leave your comments below, and truth be told, truth be known, well, stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.